Following on from the Hamas attack on Israel on the 7th of October, the initial Israeli response was swift. Join us at Legacy of War as we take a deeper look. Before we start the video, don't forget to check out our selection of playlists. We cover other wars like Vietnam, the World Wars, as well as Viking and Roman times. We will also be adding to our collection soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now relax and enjoy the video. That's in order. 1. Airstrikes, targets. Military installations. Israel targeted known Hamas military facilities, including training camps and barracks. Weapons depots. Airstrikes aimed at destroying stockpiles of rockets, ammunition, and other weaponry. Rocket launch sites. The IAF focused on neutralizing rocket launchers and launch sites to reduce the threat of rocket fire into Israel. Tunnels. Extensive bombing of the tunnel networks used by Hamas for smuggling and movement to hinder their operational logistics. Execution. Wave attacks. Strikes were conducted in waves, with the first wave targeting immediate threats and subsequent waves aimed at secondary targets and reassessment hits. Technology utilized precision-guided munitions, such as the GBU-39 small-diameter bomb, to minimize collateral damage. Notable operations. Leadership targets. Homes and hideouts of senior Hamas leaders, like Yahya Sinwar, the leader of Hamas in Gaza, were struck. Command centers. Key command and control centers used by Hamas to coordinate military activities were destroyed. 2. Ground operations. Troop mobilization. Reservist call-up. Over 100,000 reservists were called up to support the operations, ensuring a robust military presence. Forward deployments. Troops were positioned along strategic points on the Gaza border. Incursions. Limited raids. Small-scale incursions were conducted to gather intelligence, destroy specific targets, and test enemy defenses. Reconnaissance missions. Ground forces conducted reconnaissance to identify tunnels and weapons caches. Buffer zones. Establishing no-go areas. The IDF enforced buffer zones to prevent militant infiltrations, sometimes forcibly evacuating residents. 3. Blockades and restrictions, cutting supplies, electricity and fuel. Gaza's only power plant was deprived of fuel, leading to widespread power outages. Water supply. Israel restricted the supply of water, creating a dire humanitarian situation. Tightened border control. Kerem Shalom and Erez crossings. These crossings were completely closed, stopping all imports, including food and medical supplies. Sea blockade. The naval blockade was reinforced to prevent maritime smuggling of weapons into Gaza. Humanitarian impact. Hospitals and clinics. Hospitals face severe shortages of medical supplies and power, impacting their ability to treat the wounded. Civilian hardships. The civilian population experienced shortages of food, water, and essential goods, exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. 4. Intelligence operations. Surveillance. Drones and satellites. Continuous drone surveillance and satellite imagery were used to monitor movements and identify targets. Human intelligence. Local informants and captured militants provided valuable intelligence on Hamas operations. Targeted eliminations. Precision strikes. High-value targets identified through intelligence were eliminated with precise airstrikes. Night raids. Special forces conducted nighttime raids to capture or kill key Hamas operatives. Cyber operations. Disruption of communications. Israeli cyber units targeted Hamas's communication networks, disrupting their coordination efforts. Counter-propaganda. Cyber operations also aimed to counter Hamas's propaganda efforts on social media and other platforms. 5. Diplomatic efforts. International outreach. Allied support. Israel engaged with the United States, securing statements of support and military aid. European contacts. Diplomatic channels were used to maintain support from European nations and counter calls for ceasefire. UN and global forums. Security Council, Israel's representatives made their case at the UN Security Council, emphasizing the threat posed by Hamas and the need for defensive actions. International lobbying. Intensive lobbying efforts were made to influence key international players and prevent resolutions against Israeli actions. Media campaigns, public statements. Israeli leaders, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, made frequent public statements to justify the military actions. Media outreach. Press briefings and media tours were organized to show the damage caused by Hamas rockets and the necessity of Israel's response. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Check back in again soon. Salute.